Today we are armed. The nation of Iran is equipped today against the bullies of the world. Last night we slapped the US on the face. When it comes to confrontation, military actions of this kind are not enough. What is important is the corrupt presence of the United States in this region must come to an end. They brought war and hostility and deception and destruction to this region. Wherever they go, this happens. They are still insisting that this corruption, this destructiveness, should be imposed on Iran.
The Supreme Leader of Iran, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, giving a pretty wide-ranging speech there following those missile attacks on Iraqi targets for the retaliation of the killing of Qasem Soleimani. He talked about the Iranian Revolution back in 1979 being a pivotal change for the country and the world. He said that Iranians should use the historical lessons of the revolution to confront Iran's enemies today. Not surprisingly, he focused, of course, on Qasem Soleimani, and he spoke at length about Soleimani. He said he had great character and personality. He said he was a brave warrior, a person with initiative. He was sincere and not a hypocrite. He said Soleimani was a very religious man and drew on his faith. He said Soleimani always supported the cause of the Palestinians in their struggle against Israel. And he said the presence of the US in the region should and would come to an end. Let's go to Baig, who joins us live now from the Iranian capital. Assad, so a wide-ranging and sobering speech, the Supreme Leader reminding the nation to draw upon the lessons of the 1979 Islamic Revolution in confronting Iran's enemies today. But he also had some very lengthy praise for Qasem Soleimani, killed in that US drone strike.
Yes, that's right. Qasem Soleimani was a friend of the Supreme Leader, Ayatollah Khamenei. And what's also important is it's not usual for the Supreme Leader's speeches to be carried live, and this one was. He also said that yesterday's missile attack against US forces was a slap in their face, and it was time for them to leave the region. But also backing up everything that he's saying, he's giving a theological reassurance, or the theological foundation to it. He said that having military equipment isn't enough, but he did say that Iran did possess the military equipment that would help them stand up to the bullies, and focusing specifically on the United States. He spoke about how outside forces are trying to influence people. He spoke about the protests that took place here in November and how outsiders are trying to infiltrate those protests, referring to some of them as rioters and some of the damage that was done to buildings here. But this is the first speech after the missile attack against the United States, against the United States forces, and something that the Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei had said that would happen. He said that we would avenge Qasem Soleimani, and his imagery was used throughout his speech. You saw people in the audience carrying pictures of Qasem Soleimani, and those pictures are all over Iran currently.
Assad, we understand that the Iranian President Hassan Rouhani has also been talking. What's he been saying?
Well, he's also been coming out with some strong words. He said that the United States cut off the hand of Qasem Soleimani, but Iran will cut off their feet and make sure that the US is ousted from the region. Now, this is something that's been echoed from military commanders here, from the people on the streets asking for revenge. But as far as Iran is concerned, this is the end of the matter. As long as the United States does not retaliate. Iran says that they reacted to a specific assassination of the General Qasem Soleimani, so they were responding to the United States. But if the United States retaliates, then Iran will escalate.